Hey, what's up, platypus people? I'm back for another one. I hope everyone liked the last one I did, my little rock and roll story hour or 15 minutes or so. But it's kind of cool, man. I get to tell people about some of the stuff that happened that it's not some everyday stories. But yeah, I had this recording studio, rehearsal studio. It wasn't fancy. It was a small two-room, very well soundproofed, no windows. Up above a hair salon, travel agent, and in back there was my landlord Vinny, who ran like a little electrical business or something. And this studio had been there for years, so it was pretty cool. I went up a flight of stairs, and I had some pretty cool clients that came in. One night, these guys booked me a new phone call. I never heard from them before. I'm like, hey, studio, this, can I help you? Yeah, we want to book some time. All right, I tell them what I got for gear, and we book a time, and these guys show up, and I don't know, they're about in their 60s. They're rockers, man. They got guys get a Fender. No, he had a Warwick 5 string bass, and that caught my eye. And guitar player whips out he's got a nice Les Paul, custom with gold, like that red. And he was a chick with him, and I forget who the other guy was. Oh, the drummer. It was just kind of some short blonde hair guy. And we're setting up, and there was a keyboard player coming, and there's this burrito shop right down the stairs, one building over. It's called the Laughing Burrito, and it was a fun place, man. The guy Steve who ran it, he was a real piece of work, man. Old stockbroker guy decided to open up a taco shop at the time of his life. Anyway, so they're running around getting food coming up, setting up what they need, rigging up their amps, get the room mics going. And so I go to the guy who booked it, the black hair, and I said to him, I said, he's like, nice, you got a nice place here, man. I like this. I like it. If this works out, man, I'd like to book something regular. Like, cool, hasn't even played here yet. But, I have decent gear. I got Tama drums, nothing fancy, but nobody ever complained, And so I just looked at him. I go, so you guys played in any like bands I might have ever heard of before? Guy looks at me and goes, yeah. He goes, I'm like, oh yeah, what's that? He goes, I was in Vanilla Fudge. You ever hear of us? I said, no, yeah, Vanilla Fudge. I said, of course I've heard of Vanilla Fudge. Probably because I'm a big Frank Zappa fan, and there's the Mud Shark. That I'm sure people have heard about that little story before. So, I'm like, oh, that's cool. A lot of people bullshit you in the business. So I didn't know if I believed the guy. And so I talked to the other. I'm outside, we're doing one up, and I told the other guy, I go, so who you ever play with? He's like, I sit in with Blue Oyster Cult now and then. Ah, cool. um, so I go inside. I call my buddy. I go, hey man, do you know anything about Vanilla Fudge? He's like, yeah, I love that band. I said, I got this guy here, Vinny Martell, and he's telling me he's the guitar player, man. He's got these big rock and roll rings on, and Chris is like, oh my God, Vinny Martell's in your studio. I want to come down. I want to meet him. I want to meet him. I'm like, nah, man, that's not cool. You could go get a taco and stop by, but you just can't come barging in here because I tried to keep it cool like that. And so he was in, and then Vinny was doing like a '60s music show um, with a bunch of old guys who played in a bunch of the old '60s bands and stuff. I met some guys who, a lot of session players who played with one guy. We played drums for the Monkees when they went out on the road. I think his name was Ocean Blue or Blue Ocean. But yeah, it was just a lot of fun to get to meet some of these people and rub elbows with them. And just, they're just normal dudes and stuff. Like when I met Ozzy, man, he's just same old, same old. Um, but yeah, Jersey was a trippy place, man. Definitely a lot of fun. And um, so yeah, that's the studio. Um, but I had a lot of fun, and kind of leads me up to this story. I was going to split this, and I still might, to another episode because, like I mentioned, this place is upstairs, and there's no windows, and it's discreet, and they're used to an eclectic bunch coming in and out, so it was like the perfect place for parties. And we would have parties there, and they were pretty wild. And what we were doing is we were getting strippers, a couple of strippers to come over. And we would tell them basically we're having a record release party and there's going to be industry execs there. And you know, it was just fun. I mean, I wasn't doing anything I shouldn't have been doing except, I don't know, running a dating service maybe. But so we got this party one night, and it's a bachelor party. It was actually a good friend. My drummer is getting married, and his buddy is there, who's the best man. And this guy doesn't do drugs. He can't be around drugs. He's allergic to all smoke. He gets all asthmatic or something, and he doesn't. He's drug tested too, and so no drugs. And that was my policy at the studio, like no drugs, no no needles. Definitely, that was very stressed. Um, but he got really drunk. Anyway, so we got these strippers here, and they're doing their lesbo show. And it was great. And these guys who are there are friends. I mean, they're married guys. They're not rock and rollers, you know. They're friends from back in high school and stuff. So we're just hanging out. And this guy gets fucking hammered drinking. He's flirting with. He's a married man. He's flirting with these girls that are just there to have fun and, you know, put on a little show. And I don't know what he runs out to the bar or the liquor store down the street and buys champagne, like Dom Perignon, man, and a bottle of tequila. And he's just a wild man, right? He gets fucking hammered, drinks the whole bottle of tequila. He's flirting with the girls. All of a sudden, next thing I know, the studio is up a flight of stairs, 13 stairs, wooden stairs. I mean, you're going up. There's no, I mean, as you walk up and your elbows can rub, it's, you know, people who know in the cities and stuff, you know, just like here in this view. And my thing went off here. And they, so up the stairs, there's a control room. All right, so I'm trying to. You come up the stairs and you go left to the control room, or right down to a hallway that hooks around to the live room and their drum booth and everything. So the stairs. The guy's standing here with a. He's got a wad of money in his hand. I'm like, what are you doing, man? I'll put two and two together. Oh my God, I think this guy's gonna go get a from one of the girls. And you ever see those movies where everything gets in slow motion? So this guy, he's so drunk. He looks at me, he's got this money in his hand. And instead of going from here across, he goes head first down the stairs. He just walked out and made a hard right and just stumbles head first with a couple $100 and $20 bills in his hand. And this is where I reach out, and it's like the slow motion part, and I'm like, no. And I had his shirt, and it just, I couldn't get him. And he went, boof, 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 down to the bottom. And his neck's cooked in the corner of the door, because there's an inner door, and then there's the outer glass door on the street. And this is narrow, man. So this guy is wedged between this inner door that folds outwards. Yeah, no, I guess it folds, I don't even remember. He was blocking it. He's down there in like agonal breathing. Like, he's posturing. He's fucked up bad. One of the strippers was putting herself through nursing school. There's a nursing school in the area. And she instantly goes into, you know, nurse mode. runs down the stairs. I had had first aid training, I was a veterinary technician before I was a paramedic, and I used to teach CPR courses, so I knew, we worked as a team, stabilized him, assessed him. I already got 911 on the phone. He, fortunately, he didn't die. This chick, she's basically like pasties on or something. She's rock and roll, man. She's got leather chaffs on her, ass is hanging out, these tight leather pants, man. Looks like, you know, Rita Ford or something, man. Long hair, hot, man. Spiked wristbands, and they, she, EMS gets there, the cops get there. They gotta fly the guy out. Who knows? Years later, I ended up being a flight follower, arranging these exact same calls. Being the guy like, we have a flight request. Valley Air One, are you available? Can you do a weather check? They airlift this guy out of there. They're like, he is not good. The cops are talking to me. Obviously, we're rock guys. Obviously they think drugs. Who wouldn't, man? And I'm trying to tell him there's no drugs here tonight. The guy doesn't do drugs. How did he get that fucked up? Well, he drank a fifth of tequila and some Dom Perignon. Doesn't do drugs. The cops are like, we're going to blood test him. If there's drugs in his system, we're coming back with a warrant. We're going to fucking toss your place. I'm like, dude, yeah, I would do too, man. No drugs. I knew the guy would be clean except for the alcohol, and he was. And like I said, there was nothing going on there. And then the cop, he just goes, hey, let me ask you something. I goes, did I see a chick with leather, her ass hanging out of these leather pants go up the stairs? I'm like, yeah. What the hell sort of party are you having there tonight? I was like, record release party, man. There's some chicks that are great in our video, man. These are investors, man. Come on, I'm like, dude, I'm not running this is a business here, man. Everything was cool with the cops. The landlord wasn't too happy. So about a month later, we go to the wedding, right? So the guy was my friend, my drummer's best man. It's at the Jersey Shore. We step out down to the beach after, to do our thing. And his wife was pissed because she thinks on the record business that I got money, and she's gold digging, thinking she's going to sue me because of this. I mean, her husband was the one who got drunk. And she's just, I'm keeping my mouth shut because I want to know what happened. God damn it, he could have died. Blah, 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 blah. I want to know what happened. And I'm like, do you really want to know what happened? I look at her husband. I says, do you want to tell her, or do you want me to tell her? And he's like, oh, no. Honey, it's like, Steve, leave my friend alone. Steve's cool. Like I told you, I was drunk. I was stupid. I fell down the stairs. Nothing. No. He's not going to, Steve. We're not going to sue you. I know she's been saying all night she's going to sue you. She was hounding my date. We're going to sue you. I just thought we were married. We're going to sue you out of existence and stuff. Typical Jersey Shore bullshit, drunk wedding stuff that we all love and miss them. Jersey's a crazy place, man. But that was funny as hell, man. I mean, it wasn't. Well, the guy lived. It's a weird story. I didn't know if I was going to tell this, but I figured I would, and I hope the microphone was on. Anyway, platypus people, there's some insanity in store for you. I got good response the last time. I might just keep this up because I did this for 10 years. I'll tell you, I already know what I'm going to tell you about next time. This club over in New York called the Green Door. A real famous club going all the way back to like the 60s and 70s. A lot of famous underground people were there, like David Bowie, Mick Jagger, Keith Richards. That's a whole other story there. I used to work there. All right, platypus people, peace out.